We did thud scrimmage. It was a non-tackling practice today. It didn't go as well as I would have liked for it to have gone. We got the word this morning that several of our guys had to take tests this evening, and then as the day went on, we got more and more messages the same. We had guys that had to take tests this evening, so we stretched and went right into the team work, and some of the things that we ran in team we needed to practice today first if we could have, but it didn't work that way. So we were a little disjointed and a little out of sync early, but we got the teamwork in before everybody had to leave. So we have a lot of good film to look at and a lot of corrections that we can make off the film. And then after all the teamwork, we went back and did our individual work and our group work, and they were tired and there weren't many guys left. So it was a struggle in some ways, but a good day because a lot of guys had to suck it up. And sometimes when you have to perform outside of your element a little bit, it's a good thing. So we had to manufacture some of that today.
You guys are going to scrimmage Saturday, right?
We're going to scrimmage Saturday morning, yes.
I would imagine you won't have any tests on Saturday.
You shouldn't have any tests on Saturday. They'll have football tests on Saturday. Okay?
Just, what kind of stuff are you going to do in the scrimmage Saturday?
Well, we're going to go out and practice for just a little bit, stretch and get a little specialty work in and do just a little bit of individual, and then we want to try to get into the bulk of the scrimmage reps. We'll tackle about 50% of the time on Saturday. We'll practice just a little bit over 2 hours. So I have planned right now to get a little bit of individual work and then to have a coming out scrimmage and then also a move it scrimmage and then also some 2nd and 7 scrimmage. So a lot of different situations. And a chance for everybody to go out there and run and hit and tackle and have some fun Saturday morning.
Any gauge of how Sean Robinson's picking up things on the defensive end?
Well, I think he's going to do really well. He's smart. He hasn't played the position, so everything's brand new to him. But he seems to kind of have a knack for playing fast anyway. I'm watching him, and I can't tell sometimes he doesn't know what he's doing. He gets there in a hurry and he tries real hard. He's got a great focus, so it's just a matter of him learning it. But I think he's going to be a good linebacker and a good player for us. So I've been pleased with what I've seen so far. He's got a lot of work still to do, but he's aggressive and he runs fast and he tries hard and he's really a smart guy. So I think there's some good things that come for him.
Coming back after spring break, did you consider any other position changes with any of your guys, or are you pretty well set with what you got?
As of right now, we're set. With the number of guys that we have out, we have several guys that are out right now, and it's hard to experiment in some ways because you have guys that have to fill in to the spots that they're already used to playing at. But as of right now, I don't see any position changes in the next couple of days.
Talking earlier about Carlos, what does he bring to tight end? And I'd imagine he's learning a lot right now, but what kind of things do you see from him?
Well, he's really swimming right now. It's all new to him. He's a mid-year guy, so he wasn't out there in the fall. But he's an outstanding athlete. He really is. He's a great receiving tight end prospect. He's 6'7" and he weighs about 240, and he probably runs 4.6 or so in the 40. So he's very athletic and has a knack for route running. He has a mean streak in him. He will fire out and hit you, but he doesn't know how to go about doing the technical part of the tight end play right now in the running game. So he has a lot of work to do, but he has a great upside and he's very talented. I like what I'm seeing out of our tight ends right now. The little bit that Gabe has gotten, he looks really good. I think he's a big-time tight end prospect, and I think that Crosby Wright has been a heck of a player for us, and Justin Sims is getting a lot better. And then the guy that maybe is one of the most improved guys on our football team right now is Sterling Carter. He looks so much bigger and stronger and more physical in practice. We were very lucky to get the redshirting this year, so we feel pretty good about our tight end situation right now.
Sounds like Kyle Smith's leaving.
Well, Kyle Smith has a job offer. I think he does. I'm not sure if it's official, so I don't want to announce the name of the school yet.
I think he already let the cat out of the bag.
Did he? Okay. Well, yeah, he's gone. Okay, so
Catholic University.
That's what they say. But again, I don't know if it's official with them yet, but we're really excited for him. I tell you, I would have loved to have had a position to keep Kyle here with us at, because he's a heck of a football coach and he really loves Purdue. He's been here for a long time as a player and a coach, and he was responsible for coaching our tight ends and did a great job, and they did outstanding not only in the passing game but in the running game. And he has an excellent football mind and a great future in front of him. So very happy for him and very proud of him, and hope to get him back here on our staff someday.
So who coaches your tight ends?
Well, it'll be Coach Nocta, Pete Nocta. He came in this year as a quality control coach and kind of studied under Kyle and Coach Hope and Coach Clark and Coach Nord some here the past several weeks, and he'll be responsible for the tight ends. He and Coach Hope and Coach Nord and Coach Clark will all coach the tight ends together.
Talking about Sally being a Coach? Talking about yourself,
Just
Coach
Coach
Hope.
Hope, the real Coach Hope. Okay, right.
When's Kyle leave?
I'm not sure when he's going to leave, but it's coming up pretty soon. So now Pete's working with him, and Kyle's kind of assumed the quality control role at this point in time. But, Coach Nocta was a tight end in college, and he's been coached by some really good coaches and has a good football mind. And I think that he'll do a heck of a job, and it's a great opportunity for Pete as well.
Any thoughts on the wide receivers with Justin graduating and OJ is off scholarship now?
OJ's on the team and practicing well,
Yeah,
so
that's
which is encouraging. And
yeah.
Gary Bush kind of came into his own a little bit at the end of the season last year. He still has to be consistent with the physicality part of his play, the blocking part, but he's an outstanding athlete and a class, a sprinter in some ways. So we have OJ back, and we have Gary Bush back, and Tommy Thomas has done a good job for us. He's really matured a lot, and he's catching the ball and running good routes, and so we think we're going to be fine, even though we've lost Justin Stiller. We have Antavian Edison back, and he's one of our better players. Raheem Mostert is a great athlete, one of the fastest guys in college football, so we have some guys to get the ball to, no doubt about it.
Since Rob's coming back from the knee, Rob Henry, that is, have you been able to do anything in terms of getting him in that mix too at all?
Not a whole lot. We're trying to be really cautious with Rob right now. If you're not careful, Rob will go out there and hurt himself. He thinks he's full go, and he'll give you all he has, and we're just being cautious with him right now. I think he's going to be just fine. He's doing some of the skelly work, some of the pitching and catching stuff, handing it off some of the drills, but we're trying to keep him out of all of the teamwork and scrimmage work so someone doesn't land or fall or collide into his knee right now. But I'm very optimistic that he'll come back and do very well.
Is he doing the pitching, the catching, or both?
He's doing the pitching. He's doing the pitching right now.
Do you want to maybe incorporate him a little bit in the receiving area? Maybe just to use him all across the offense?
Any skill position on our football team, we should be able to take our quarterback and line him up at it, and him have a good handle on what he's supposed to do. And anytime you put Rob Henry anywhere on the field, he's an outstanding player to get the ball in his hands. So he can play the quarterback position, and we can put him anywhere on the field and manufacture a play by getting the ball in his hands. Absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about how Frankie Williams is doing now that he's not redshirted, how he might factor into your plans this year?
Well, Frankie's, I think, is an outstanding prospect, and looking back on it, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't have redshirted Frankie Williams. I think when it was all said and done, he was one of our better football players. He's strong and really fast, and he's a very good punt returner. He's a real physical player, very physical player. I would anticipate Frankie Williams challenging to be a starter and or in the rotation on a regular basis. So he'll be a really good player for us this season. I'm really pleased with him and Taylor Richards. Those two guys were really good gets.